Salutations, swimwear models, Automatic here for Automatic Games. Thanks for joining me for Season 4, Episode 9 of our XCOM 2 series. In our previous installment, we took a look back at a secret mission undertaken by Echo Squad, the purpose of which was to effect the rescue of Major Jane Kelly, and the operation was a resounding success. However, Major Kelly incurred serious wounds during her time in captivity. Now, she is going to recover from said wounds here aboard the Avenger, and once she is able to move around under her own steam, we're going to drop her off back at Resistance headquarters near Vancouver. Until then, we do have to keep our eye on the ball, and the proverbial ball is, in fact, us inching ever so much closer to the Advent Network Tower. So let's take a look at the geoscape. We're going to start this endeavor by moving towards West Asia, where we're going to initiate construction of a radio relay. This will, of course, cut down the intel cost needed to make contact with a resistance cell in an adjacent zone.
Urgent communication coming in for you now, Commander.
And as you can see, we're getting a report from the Resistance, and it seems to be satisfactory. Meanwhile, Advent is working on rural checkpoints and a minor breakthrough on the Avatar project. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and start construction here.
We're reading you.
Construction is completed. And so now we are going to move on to the new Arctic over here, where we will scan for a resistance cell there.
Setting course for
Again, we're trying to make contact with all of the major resistance cells worldwide before we move on that tower.
Attempting to establish local, regional.
And in the meantime, Autumn Durga has completed another step in her training. Next she's going to go for Void Rift, because that's definitely a potent capability, rather ability, whatever. Anyways, back to the geoscape, and 3 more days before we make contact with this resistance cell in the new Arctic. Here we are. Let's take a look at these. Obviously, they're going to be bundled up folks, since they're living so far north. No, not at all. One's wearing a light sweater and the other one's wearing a fall jacket. Disappointing.
Long live the Resistance.
Yeah, well, how long are you gonna live when you're dressed for fall? In this temperature? Anyhow, at this juncture, we're gonna double back for this supply drop, which is quite a healthy drop. Upwards of 1,000 supplies there. So yeah, once completed, we will be supply wealthy, if not supply rich. And Autumn Durga completes yet another leg in her training, and yeah, we're gonna go for domination here. Because yes, that's a powerful psionic ability. And so her powers will rival those of Brightlight, no question about it. Alright, we'll conclude this supply pickup. Good deal. And now, we're gonna turn our attention to this new staff.
Setting course.
So, we're gonna fly back to Resistance headquarters. And we're going to take a look at these 2 new combat personnel that we're going to go about hiring. And those 2 soldiers in question are, let's see, Colonel Packard here and Colonel Cotier, which is a name I'm going to butcher every time.
Gary Packard, codename Loco, born Boise, Idaho, 2 February 1991. Gary worked for the CIA prior to the invasion. By the time Advent came to power, he had already made a name for himself as a savvy smuggler. Initially recruited by the Vigilant Resistance Cell, Gary quickly became their top arms dealer, and in that capacity helped unite multiple factions in support of revolution. His immense knowledge of explosives makes him the premier arms dealer in North America.
So there you have it, Colonel Packard. And next up is Ed.
Edward Cottrell, codename Quick Smoke, born Boston, Massachusetts, 5 May 2000. Ed was a computer security specialist recruited by Advent to help protect their internal network. Instead, he decided to sell government secrets to various resistance movements, earning himself a solid reputation with XCOM in the process. Knowledgeable and determined, he is an expert hacker dedicated to exposing Advent's vile nature.
And so we wholeheartedly welcome both Loco and Quick Smoke to our ranks, and as it stands, they're going to join our reserve force, tasked with protecting the Avenger itself. But should we take any KIAs in the field, one of these two guys, if not both of them, will join one of our frontline squads. As for this, we're going to go with grenades.
We'll get started right away, Commander. I'll send word when the project is complete.
That is to say, experimental grenades, and we'll turn our attention back to the geoscape. In fact, we want to set course back out to the new Arctic, this time to install a radio relay there. After all, our next step is going to be East Asia.
Arctic territories.
And not to be repetitive, but this radio relay will cut down on the intel cost required to make contact with the resistance cell in East Asia. So here we go with this scan. And Advent has completed a minor breakthrough.
Commander, the aliens continue to make progress on the Avatar project. If we're going to slow them down, we'll need to move fast.
Well, Central, we do not intend to slow them down. In fact,
Reading you loud and clear.
soon enough, we're going to put a stop to that project altogether. Alright, setting course to East Asia, which is where the Advent Network Tower is located. So this is it, folks. We're getting awful close. Now, this isn't to say there aren't still several episodes remaining. There are.
Contact.
Okay, Autumn Durga has completed domination training. As to her next endeavor, Fortress it is. So, she'll get started on that, and we'll turn our attention back to East Asia. Oh, well, here we go. Alpha Squad is on deck. Let's take a look at our options. The first in the new Arctic would yield us a scientist. The second is in the western United States, near Vancouver, would yield supplies. We're going to go for that one. After all, it's near Resistance headquarters, but moreover, it is the area controlled by Governor Romero, a man with whom we have grievances. We would like to, at least frighten him, if not eliminate him. Let's take a look at our squad. Alpha Squad is, as always, commanded by Javier Valdez, codenamed Old School, taking in the Serpent Suit and a Mimic Beacon. He is joined in the field by Troy Black, codenamed Blackwidow, taking in the War Suit with a built-in rocket launcher, blue screen rounds, and an EMP bomb. Manny Fawcett, codenamed Manny Faces, taking in Venom rounds. Bailey Benton, codenamed Proxy, taking in the Skulljack and an EMP bomb. Sandra Barron, codenamed Snuggs, taking in a war suit with the Plasma Blaster, blue screen rounds, and the Frost Bomb. Finally, there's Oliver DeNobel, codenamed Odd Noble, and he'll be taking in med kits. There you have it, Alpha Squad as it stands for this op. Alpha, you may board when ready.
Sky Ranger deployed.
In position to drop.
Copy. Firebrand, begin your descent.
A hacker working for the Resistance installed a data tap along the Advent network in this area, and the data they're retrieving is critical to the aliens' latest operation. Recon suggests the aliens are already moving to destroy the device. That data is too valuable to lose, so we're moving in to secure the area, eliminate all hostile contacts, and protect that gear.
Indeed, Alpha Squad will be operating in the slums of Vancouver, right under the nose of Governor Romero. And we may not get a chance to address him personally, but hopefully the Resistance will, eventually. At any rate, Alpha Squad is anxious to get in there and make a difference. Alpha is boots on the ground. As is often the case, Old School is going to lead the way. In doing so, he's going to utilize his grapple and go for this nearby rooftop, have a look around and see if he can identify any Advent personnel. And he sure can. We've got 3 on the grid. Looks like an Advent advanced mech, a shield bearer, and an Advent trooper. They go for cover. Valdez goes for frostbite, using it against the advanced mech. Following that, he's going to take a shot at that shield bearer. A shot that connects and does excellent damage. Now, during our loadout screen, I guess I neglected to mention that some of these troops are wearing wraith suits. One of those troops is Manny. He's going to use his grapple to get up to that rooftop as well. He's going to use lightning hands against the shield bearer. Fantastic.
Did you see that?
Now he's going to turn his attention to that trooper. Draw his pistol and take a shot. He misses his mark.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Now, what can I say? He's better at the rifle. Anyhow, the other trooper utilizing a ray suit is DeNobel. So he's going to move up to the rooftop. And he's going to go for the trooper.
Absolutely.
As a dear friend might say, toodles, trooper.
That's right.
As for the remainder of Alpha Squad, they're going to stay on ground level.
Good to go.
Proxy will lead the way up to that alley. Snuggs will move up to this window. And Blackwidow will bring up the rear. The advanced mech remains frozen. Rooftop looks nice. Okay. Anyhow, DeNobel is gonna move up on the advanced mech, and he will take a shot. Now, if he weren't a medic at this point, instead of a hacker, he might have tried to take control of that mech. But again, those days are behind him. Manny will take a shot from where he stands. And it's good.
Armor still holding.
That leaves Old School up there on the roof. He's gonna go ahead and fire at the advanced mech as well, hoping to put it down, and he sure does. The grid is clear. The mech drops some gear. Proxy's gonna cross this alley, and he'll go into Overwatch.
Got it covered.
Snuggs, well, rather, let's have Blackwidow move up to this corner. He too will go into Overwatch.
On Overwatch.
As to Snuggs, she's gonna cross the alley as well and take up position behind these tires. 3 more on the grid, an Archon and 2 Codex. Blackwidow opens fire. No joy.
Negative damage.
If nothing else, it attracted their attention, so the enemies advance. Obviously, the most powerful of the 3 is the Archon.
On my way.
DeNobel knows that, and he's going to direct fire on the Archon. Surprise, cockface. It's a dodge, but DeNobel did do a little damage. Blackwidow will also concentrate fire on the Archon. In essence, we just don't want that Archon to use blazing pinions, not when we have troops on a rooftop. Good deal there. Good damage. Manny will follow suit.
Whatever you say.
And Manny puts the Archon down.
Impressed yet?
That leaves 2 Codex on the grid. Snuggs is gonna fire at one of them. Guess the one up top would suffice. Damn. That was some serious damage. Only 1 remains on the grid, so does Proxy reveal himself? Or does he remain in concealment? I don't know, should he reveal him?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, okay, he answered our question.
They're on to me.
He's gonna take a shot. Not so much.
Missed.
Well, that leaves Old School. Move up to the roof's edge. And he too will fire down. His fire obviously concentrating on the 1 Codex remaining. Excellent damage indeed. That leaves the Codex with 1 health. That means the thing cannot duplicate itself. Instead, it just teleports, and now it's running for it. That works for us. Go tell your friends Alpha Squad is here. As to Valdez, he's gonna go for this dropped gear.
Moving to position.
So he will scoop that up, and he will take a shot at this Codex.
Asset in tow.
Rather, let's give the honor to the sniper. That's right, we'll see if Manny can send this Codex on her way. And he does. That means, for the time being, the grid is clear. Now, thinking back to the intel provided us by the Shadow Chamber, we know that there are 9 Advent enemies, Advent personnel in this AO. We have eliminated 6 of them, so there should only be 3 outstanding.
On your order. Got it covered.
Now, quite simply, Alpha Squad is rolling right over these folks. In fact, a word of advice to Advent in Vancouver.
Not a problem.
Get the hell out of Vancouver already.
Covering now. Come get
No.
some.
I hear that Tijuana's nice this time of year. Perhaps Governor Romero should pack up and move there. Okay, well, the device that we are charged with protecting is under attack, and judging from that style of attack, it's come from a gatekeeper. Now that doesn't really give us any pause. We have dealt with gatekeepers before. We'll certainly deal with them again in the future. So, as you can see, Old School moves up. He's gonna grapple up onto this roof. Now, on second thought, the roof is on fire. So, perhaps he'll just, half-ass it and move up to the second floor. Yeah, he'll go ahead and open up the door. He'll make entry.
Going in for the kill.
Activating run and gun, he'll post up next to this window. Or wait, that's not a window, is it?
Scanning.
It's a mirror. Or something.
Got it covered.
Moving right along, Manny goes into Overwatch. Snuggs is gonna move up.
Heading out.
She too will go into Overwatch.
Covered.
Blackwidow will advance.
I'm on it.
Overwatch.
Moving to Overwatch.
And Proxy will cross this walkway.
On my way.
He too will utilize Overwatch. DeNobel will do much the same.
Come get some.
Indeed, there's the gatekeeper. DeNobel opens fire, scores a hit. Proxy does likewise.
Went off
No joy.
I got nothing.
So yeah, we've got a gatekeeper and two others somewhere out there, presumably accompanying the gatekeeper. We just don't have eyes on them yet. And so, DeNobel's gonna reload.
I'm ready.
Not a great shot there, so he's gonna use his grapple. And he can get an excellent shot off from this position, up on the roof. Should increase his odds, and hell yeah, it does, and it also gives him a glimpse of the shield bearer there. Fires and misses.
Damage.
Yeah, all I noticed was the shield bearer. There is something else there. I saw its health. Just couldn't identify it. Anyhow, Blackwidow moves up. He's gonna open up on that gatekeeper. That's what we're talking about.
Hit the armor.
You did more than hit the armor. You cut through it like butter. Like a hot knife through butter, as it were. Manny is gonna grapple over to this adjacent building. And yeah, he's gonna get a little closer. He's gonna cozy up, so to speak.
I can handle that.
And subsequently, he'll take a shot at the gatekeeper. And he scores a hit.
You hit the plate.
Hey, you hit the gatekeeper anyway. Snuggs will move up. Let's see. Well, I guess this is gonna have to do. She wanted to get closer, but this is close enough. Actually, let's have her use the plasma blaster and see if she can get a twofer. The gatekeeper and the shield bearer. Damn, Snuggs.
Down.
You never cease to impress. That leaves one on the grid, folks. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's a trooper, maybe a stun lancer.
Menace 1-5, we've got a line on the target. Move to protect that gear at all costs.
Whatever it is, it's virtually marked for death. Yeah, that wasn't a mirror at all up there. It's a TV. One thing's for sure, it's not a window, but here's a window of opportunity. Old school drops down. Hey, look, it was a stun lancer.
Target neutral.
How about that?
Status confirmed. All hostiles are down and the area is secure. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
Hell yeah, Alpha Squad. Soon enough, Alpha Squad is back aboard the Sky Ranger en route to the Avenger. And we just witnessed a flawless victory. A speed run, if I've ever seen one. We cut right through the Advent defenders of those Vancouver slums. And Advent should take notice. In fact, I would argue that the powers that be in Vancouver should be looking over their shoulders, tugging at their collars for fear that the Resistance, or XCOM proper, is lurking around the next corner. In fact, Governor Romero, this guy, he should be laying low. We've only got a few more missions left in this entire playthrough, but I sincerely hope that one of them affords us the opportunity to confront Romero firsthand. Now, one may well ask, what's with this newfound fascination with the governor of the Advent, Vancouver Control Zone? And it's neither...
They all go that smooth, Commander. Great work.
It's neither newfound nor fascination, but before I address that, let's get to these promotions. Snuggs gets to choose between Saturation Fire or Rupture. And she's gonna go with Rupture. In addition, DeNobel also secured a promotion. And his choices, they consist of Ever Vigilant or Guardian. And between the two, he leans towards Guardian. So yeah, I wouldn't call it a fascination with Governor Romero as much as it is a deep-seated obsession. And, in terms of it being newfound, well, that's not accurate at all. In fact, we've had a long-standing motivation to usurp Advent from the Vancouver area. It's just nowadays, we've been able to put a name and a face to the executive there. And certainly this all kind of boils down to his unethical treatment of Major Kelly during her captivity. Oh, hey, look at this. Yeah, we've got intel
New course.
off in Indonesia, and we're gonna head there. We desperately want intel, primarily because of the Advent Network Tower mission. Okay, looks like we've developed the gas bomb, courtesy of the Proving Grounds. So let's head down to the Proving Grounds and get into something else. And this time around, we're gonna go for experimental ammunition.
Interesting choice. I'll send word as soon as we're finished, Commander.
So yeah, that operation focused on the Advent Network Tower, it gives us the capability to spend intel on certain in-mission bonuses, and we want to take advantage of that, so we're looking for intel.
Located.
So as you can see, we just secured some, and frankly that's not enough, so we're going to set course back to Resistance headquarters and gather more intelligence till I'm satisfied we have enough to get in there with a clear advantage. Another side effect of being positioned around, oh good. Autumn Durga has completed her fortress training. Now she gets to choose between Solace and Fuse. She's gonna go with Solace. But yeah, another advantage to being in the area around Vancouver, around the Resistance headquarters is, should a mission pop up regarding the governor, we get to move on that, and also, Major Kelly is about to be released.
Coming through, Commander. Putting it on screen now.
And so, it's kind of fitting that we're near Resistance headquarters after all. That is exactly where we want to drop her off. In the meantime, Advent is continuing work on rural checkpoints and yet another Avatar Project minor breakthrough. Another hefty cache of supplies awaits us. Can't say that we're altogether too interested in that. Aw, damn, Venom rounds. We were hoping for something new and unique. What we got was neither, but we'll take it anyhow. So yeah, folks, we are on the final stretch. And despite that, I still believe one or two more random missions might crop up before we make our move on the Advent Network Tower. But don't quote me on that, I can't say for sure. All I know is we're nearing the end of the tour. Anyways, this is Automatic for Automatic Games. I appreciate you watching. If you like this, and if you are subscribed, I will talk to you soon, friends.